This is the Solid Signal podcast for the week of September 19th, 2022. The subject of this week's podcast is belated congratulations. You see, at DirecTV's recent Revolution Dealer Expo, Signal Group, the parent of this podcast and of SolidSignal.com, was named Commercial Dealer of the Year for the very first time. We've been named Regional Dealer of the Year a number of times. And, you know, the awards keep coming in, but Commercial Dealer of the Year is sort of top of the heap. And it's a little bit different from some of the other awards that you could win. And it's not really just about, you know, blowing our own horn. Of course, we're thrilled. Of course, we had a big old party and we were happy to have it happen. But I need to back up a little bit and talk about the Revolution Dealer Expo and why this particular award is so important, not just to Signal Group, but also to the people who listen to this podcast. DirecTV's Revolution Dealer Expo has been going on for about 13 years, give or take. I've been to almost all of them. When they were in person, of course, through 2019, and they were not in person in 21 and 22. In 2020, did we even have one? I'm trying to remember. Seems like a very long time ago. But at any rate, for the most part, they've been remote lately, like a lot of shows. And I, for one, miss the idea of just going and being with people. The social aspect of that show was really the biggest part of it for me, even though there was a lot of training and a lot of new stuff that was revealed out there. The show had just about returned to its kind of glory days when the pandemic hit, and it's a shame we didn't get to celebrate a little bit more. You see, in 2015, 2016, when AT&T took over, they wanted to change it over more into a cellular-oriented show, and, you know, look, cell stuff is really important, it really is, but, you know, in a lot of ways, my love is satellite television. That's kind of where I came up in this particular industry, and it's where, you know, I'm regarded as something of an expert for what I do. And it was always nice running into people who knew the stuff that I was doing out on the Solid Signal blog and of this podcast, and, you know, and finding out that I had some fans out there. Big ego booster. But let's talk for a second about the Commercial Dealer of the Year award. On the face of it, it is an acrylic plaque, just like ones that you've probably seen everywhere, but it's what it means that's more important. You see, the criteria for winning this award are all things that have to do with pleasing our customers. That's the most important thing. See, it's not just, you know, who made the most profit for themselves. It's not just, you know, who wore the best shirts, or, you know, who put out the most advertising or the most blog articles or what have you. No, you see, it's all about customer satisfaction. And the way those things are measured, for example, are in the number of customers who stay with us as a dealer, the number of customers who come on and they're still with us regardless of a contract, the support that's required for this sort of thing. And when you look at that, it really is a measure of happy customers. It's a measure of how much people want to continue working with Signal Group. And that's pretty amazing. It really comes down to taking care of the people that we care about, and that's our customers. When you look at the Signal Connect part of Signal Group, that's the commercial arm, the folks who do the satellite TV activations, for example, and they also do some of the larger kind of installations. It's a group of really, really dedicated individuals. I don't know if I should be calling people out by name, but you can go to signalconnect.com and you can see their pictures. You can learn about each one of them individually, and you'll find that this is a really, really solid group of folks, no pun intended. This is a group of folks who are dedicated day in and day out to customer service. I've gotten calls from my coworkers at, 8 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekend. I know that there are folks out there who are taking calls at 2 o'clock in the morning because that's when they need to listen to their customers. And it just means that, nobody is going to be able to give this level of service, that compares to what the Signal Connect folks are doing. It's just It's not going to happen. Because when you talk about mobile and marine and commercial, there's a lot more to it than just your average satellite TV that your average person is going to have in their home. Yes, a lot of the equipment is similar. Some of it isn't. Some of it isn't. But more importantly, the way that it's all put together is different. Finding the right solution for a bar is different from finding the right solution for a boat, which is different from finding the right solution for an oil rig. And that's right, you can get satellite TV on an oil rig. Those folks do more than just, drill for oil 24 hours a day. They got downtime just like you and me. And they like to watch satellite television just like you and me. And whether it's a hotel or a prison or an embassy or a stadium, there are all these special needs, all these special situations that you will find people wanting. And you can't just call the regular DirecTV 800 number to get it. I mean, they don't know what they're doing in those particular areas. When you call the main number at DirecTV, you're going to a call center that is designed to take care of residential customers. And that's fine, because there are a lot of residential customers. Probably 95 or more % of them are residential customers. It's cool. That's cool. But what about the folks in business? They deserve the best possible service, and they get it. They get it from DirecTV commercial dealers like Signal Connect. And when it comes to the top of the heap, Signal Connect is right there. They're one of the few dealers that service national accounts all over the country. And for that reason, they're out there taking on the tough stuff that nobody else is going to do. And when you call these folks, you're going to get top-notch customer service. No overseas call centers, no script reading, none of that stuff. It's something that you can really be proud of. When the day finally ends and these folks go home, well, they're still taking calls on their cell phones, but they can be proud of what they've put out there. It really does make a difference. That's kind of what I wanted to say. I want to say congratulations to my friends on the Signal Connect team. They have definitely earned this award. It is absolutely amazing what they have gone through to get it. And I look forward to many, many more years of winning awards with Signal Connect, but it's not necessarily about the applause. Like I said, it's about serving the customer. And as long as those awards are tied to serving the customer, then we're going to keep pushing for them. That's about it for the Solid Signal podcast for this week. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Always makes me look good to my bosses, as I like to say. Please continue to tell your friends about the Solid Signal podcast and about solidsignal.com, the best place to shop for the stuff for you to live your best digital life, about Signal Connect, the way to get the kind of service that you deserve. Have a good week, and I'll be back again with more stuff again next week.